This is my happy place. Ooh, fun. Find a route.
Need to stay focused. Focus straight through.
No choice but to keep going. Ugh, time for some bloody...
By the gods! Are any of my crew still alive out there? This whole journey's been one grim sight after another. Gnolls, goblins, drow. Risen Road's more dangerous than ever. You're the first friendly face we've seen since Eltergard. We're bound for Baldur's Gate. Got some cargo to deliver. But we've a stop to make along the way. Joaquin's Rest. It's just up the road. Listen, you should meet my associates. We've got our own drinking spot by the tavern. Tell the fellow on the door. Little Serpent, Long Shadow. He'll take good care of you. Aye, the whole reason we're in this mess. Trinket. He gets his shiny baubles.
Tarrants are the currency of the Zentarim, a network of merchants and mercenaries with few scruples.
You know who we are. Very clever. And you probably also know it's not smart to interfere with Zent business. This is the point when a clever lad like you accepts my gratitude and walks away.
Noż kurwa.
This is the point when a clever lad like you accepts my gratitude and walks away.
Jest.
Fine. No need for more violence. I'll tell my associates everything was lost in the ambush. The chest's all yours. Damn thing's sealed tighter than a duke's purse strings, so there's no point in trying to open it. And no hard feelings, you hear? I'd have done the same if I were you. Business at the end of a blade is still business. Ruthless bastard like you could make a name for yourself in the Zentarim. Make sure to drop by our hideout.
Ty mnie nazywasz kanalią?
That might be worth a look.
Straszy złych ludzi, to nic złego.
You've been caught in the act. So much for the perfect crime.
Try me. Forever dauntless. Might will prevail. Smoke. Something's burning. I hear shouting. Someone needs help. We'll never put this fire out.
Duke,
Raven Guard.
yes! Now make yourself useful! Push, damn it, push!
No, jestem totalnym badassem w grze, więc... Siła, podejść po prostu, żeby zajebać w drzwi.
We hear you! Stay where you are! We don't have much time! Fight out! In here!
The heat coming off that door. Opening it could spell trouble.
Not now! We hear you! Stay where you are! We don't have much time! Fight out!
The heat coming off that door. Opening it could spell trouble.
Get me out! Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me! Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me! Almost. Thank you. Now, how the hell do we get out of here? Right. I'll try to... Find a way out!
What path lies before me?
I go? No harm in a little conversation.
Time for a chat. Ever onward.
Come on, let's go. There we go. Herman, is that you?
Oh, Miri. No. You slaughtered everyone. Miri.
Can't slow down.
I wonder what the next move is. Onward. Ever onward.
Keeping pace.
Don't burn yourself. Got it.
Let's get going. Very well.
Miri, you should have stayed. You should have been with me. I was in our room. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here. I'm sorry, Miri. Please, just go. It's for her sister's wedding. We argued about it for hours. Then she took the dowry and...
Best be on my way.
What's next, I wonder? Now what might you be hiding?
The pride of the gate. Checking things out. Sure, why not?
you see the inn is burning? Help!
Attention.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it. I have something to ask. Farther can I go?
Can't afford to stay idle. Let's try this way. I ought to speak.
No time for chat just now.
One day I'll catch a break.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
No one's stopped me yet.
Czy ja idę do tego debila tylko po to, żeby się okazało, że on nie jest ważny? Kurwa.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me! Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me!
Dobra, gościu.
light on my feet.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. I must keep going.
Defender of the people. A word, if I may. 2 steps at a time.
Oh, I could go for a good meal. Listen. Saddle up.
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait.
Looking ahead.
Let's get on with it. I'll see what I can learn.
Where am I needed? One move ahead. A word, if I may.
Let's march. All right. Making me sweat.
Chodź, pajacu, no.
Interesting. I need a quick word. Should mind my step.
A long way to go still. This way.
Sharp as ever. Sure, why not?
Not now!
Heading out.
What's cooking? Let's go.
give up now. Need to find a way forward. Something's on my mind.
There's no time to waste. Better start a conversation. Have to keep pushing.
Sharp as ever. And I'm off. Time for a chat.
Soldier.
I've got a long road ahead. Breathe deep and move.
Let's see what's to be said. Need to keep going.
Fresh air. At last. Your training serves you well, child of Gith.
Counselor, are you all right?
It takes more than mere... Now listen close, Fist. Duty calls. Drow have taken Grand... Gauntlet. Report to the man and send for reinforcement.
On your
The rest of you, count the dead. And you, Githyanki, please, rescue Ravengard from his... May I trust you'll see it through? It is not fealty, I ask. Grand Duke Ravengard is the invisible force holding. Without him, the city faces collapse. In fact, I fear that may have been the intention of those who abducted him. Moonrise Towers, along the old road. That place is cursed, unless darker forces are at work. This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target.
Kurwa, i nie wiem, nie chcę robić dla mnie tego questu, mam go w dupie, szczerze mówiąc.
I see your goodwill has limits. Far be it from me to stretch them. Should you hear word of...
Dobra, wypierdalaj, zrobię dla ciebie tego questa, ale tylko dlatego, że gra mi, kurwa, inaczej nie przepuści.
Moonrise Towers, along the old road. That place is cursed. Few could survive there, unless darker forces are at work. This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target. Thank you. And approach the towers with care. The land itself has been swallowed in shadow. I will seek reinforcements and join you when I can. Fist?
No harm in a little conversation.
Hey,
What am I to do?
Blade at the ready. Let's chew the fat.
hey ho.
La la la.
No time to rest.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
No time to dally.
They slaughtered everyone. Mary!
I would have wished to live in more interesting times.
Mary! Mary! You don't know. Mary! Have you found my Mary? She was wearing a green blouse, brown hair, about... Have you seen her? Thank you. She... Answer me!
Generalnie to wiem, gdzie jest twoje Miri, ale nie będziesz zadowolony z tego powodu, szczerze.
Green blouse, brown hair. That must be Mary. She's not breathing.
When we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done.
Have you found my Mary?
Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done.
She's not here. Maybe she's all right. She's not here. She's all right.
Dobra, niech ten chłop żyje w błędzie, jakoś średnio się z tego przekonywać.
When we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done. Great God, Helm, allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be...
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect. He sees the burning embers of what...
Hells. Old Ravengard's been taken. I know him better. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride, not least for him. More than worried, in truth. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses... No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters. His absence alone will sow chaos, and he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the... I know. When I look into a mirror, I see the Blade of Frontiers, a man, and I see Will Ravengard. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left. I'm all for it.
Kurwa, mam Miri w kieszeni. Ty stary, bo mam twoją Miri jak coś.
Great God Helm, allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty.
Bo ja odkręcę to, co to robi.
So it is spoken.
To ja mogę zabrać wtedy tamtą.
Miri. No. Miri, you should have stayed. You should have been with me. I was in... If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be... How is this? You should have let me burn.
Siema.
Siema.
You were seen trying to move a body. You're being reported.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Spoken.
Kurwa.
Dostałem bana w CS2 na 181, bo jakiś idiota w kochanie miał detektet heate.
To nieźle.
Czemu na 181 dni?
To grubo. W ogóle jakie ewolucje wyszły na fifki. Trzeba pokombinować.
Ale cos napisał Zemida jutro jakie skonto.
Moonrise Towers, along the old road. That place is cursed. Few could survive there.
Ja se ulepszyłem trochę skład.
This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was... Thank you. Approach... I will see... Fit?
I'd better do the talking.
Ulepszyłeś to dobrze.
Defender of the people. Checking things out.
Ale tak SI i wkurwiałem, bo na tych meczach o awans ciągle jakiś spocuchów trafiam.
No ja.
Ale 3 razy zremisowałem z nimi.
Ja jestem spocony, więc dla mnie to tam wiesz.
Z Bambikiem.
My wife. Have you seen her? Thank you. Where is she?
No wiemy, gdzie jest Miri. Zabierz. Mogę normalnie tak sobie przenosić kurwa ciała.
Answer me. She's alive. I know she is. Miri, you should have stayed. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here. It's for her sister's wedding. I made a stupid joke about keeping it. She said I'd never see her again. She was right. How is this? You should have let me burn. Oh, Miri. No.
Tak cię kocha twój chłopak, no. Teraz będzie nad nią rozpaczał. No to chociaż nie w płonącym budynku, stary, nie? Posępne serce ma to. Ja pierdziu.
My faith will guide me. Great God Helm, allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done.
Still alive? So that's progress.
Zajebiście. Nie chcę się też więcej odkrywać rzeczy. Chyba wiem, co to jest za wykrzyknik, ale muszę coś zrobić. W sensie udać się na długi wypoczynek. Długi odpoczynek, tak jest. Okej, czyli teraz spotkamy tego ziomka, no. Czyli przedłużyłem to jeden długi odpoczynek wtedy. Obolały dłonie.
Your hands shake as they reach upward. Your forehead remains drenched no matter how much you wipe.
Chukil gate vlaketh mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest. I can. I will be quick with my...
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust. Something stirs deep within you, hungry and
Pierdolę, kupię drugie konto.
not fear of death, but fear of the great warrior Lae'zel, a failure to her kind. She will wield no silver sword, ride no red dragon, forever unknown to the great Lich Queen.
I will not let the Gich take me. I will earn Vlaakith's honor. I will wait, but know that I will end us.
Okej.
I came just in time. You are transformed. Yes, you have. I saved you before. I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you. We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you. But for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it. Fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that. But only if you embrace your potential.
Ty kurwa, ja tworzyłem tego typa przecież.
I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back.
Valorant na konsolach?
Jest.
You'll feel better. I promise.
Dawaj pobierz jak bez mowy.
Mogę pobrać, no. Ale nie dziś.
Spoko. To byśmy kiedyś zagrali.
Będzie można, no. Okej, czyli tych kijanek nie warto wchłaniać, bo sobie wyczytałem. Jak chcę mieć dobre zakończenie, to nie warto je wchłaniać.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid, damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole. It seems like we can't escape this mess. in the waking world or otherwise. Very serious of you. But go ahead. It's strange. I've been dwelling on what I told you before about wanting to become a Dark Justicia. But perhaps I should be content with my lot.
O kurwa, dobrze!
I'm already blessed to have you at my side.
Czyli wystarczy, zajebiście.
I'm not sure what else I can say, at least until I can remember. Often, I think I feel her influence when the wound pains.
Dobra. Zamknij mordę na razie. Wybacz, że tak do ciebie mówię, ale... Ale mam tu jednego ziomka i chciałbym ożywić pewną...
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead? There are many answers to that question. None are important. Correct. No.
Deep breaths, Gale. Hold it together.
Najemników ze swoich potrzeb, okej. Generalnie wyczytałem, że druid jest bardzo dobry.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? As thou desires.
Dobra, jebać, zrobiłem...
Oakfather's blessings to you. I studied one up close. Closer than most. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, hideous but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say. Hopefully, I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. I sent a bird to summon her.
Ufam twojemu osądowi.
Precisely. Who indeed? You do not know, and neither do any of the others. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity, contrary to how some think of us. We druids can play politics when necessary. It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of dark. Those who remained are shadow-cursed. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, precious little. But Aradin was convinced there was a hidden entrance in the Temple of Seluna. Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. There's also the Shadow Curse. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorn and his Dark Justiciars years ago. But I failed to prevent. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection. Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source. Perhaps. But we'll need to get put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then they'll... Precisely. Then perhaps... But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We miss it? Oh dear, no. It's a terrible birth. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role, I say. Likely they don't... I'm just glad to be out here amidst the Oakfather's creations. There are few things that are too strong for me in other circumstances. I would have done the same, perhaps. But best to... with such stimulating company.
I had a wild dream last night. This beautiful entity came to me, promised to protect me. Told me the parasite in our heads could give us power. It was. And it seems... Anyway, I told the entity to make tracks. I don't need anything else from this tadpole, thanks very much. The year I was a kid through the jigs and the... She put this 10 years of that. The story... Guy named Gortash. I guess I was... Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Gives me energy. If I'm excited at all. Angry, nervous, delighted, agonizing. You've never met anyone so desperate for a hug. Oh well, can't have it all, can you? Why are we slowing down? Deep, sharp in... Anyway, what were we talking about? First things first. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic around here. Funny you should ask. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous... Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans.
Dobra, ale my... Zajebiście.
I had the strangest dream last night. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar... Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us. Is there a reason you're such an utter drip? I mean, do you have some sort of condition? Honestly, it's like you hate good news. Did you actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun? Who knows? But maybe answers. If we can convince...
Glick. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite has taken root, it would seem. Every word, every promise, it is Geich deception. A wise choice. These parasites are a threat to be destroyed, not... I have a confession. I was too hasty to judge you. I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland.
Tak, tak.
Now, well, you've earned my respect and more still. You've proven your wits. You are efficient and dominant, in and out of battle. You've proven your courage. I swear you would tear the horns off one dragon to plunge into another. And you're hardly bland. Your scent alone is enough to make my neck sweat and my hairs stand on end. I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight. Do you? You'll love. One day soon, you will wonder, and you will wish you could
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect. He sees the burning embers of Joaquin's rest.
Hells. Old Oravengard's been taken. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride. More than... What makes a Duke of Baldur's... No, this is no drought. His absence alone will... He could lead... All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seen... I know. When I look into... I see the blade and I see... I wanted you to know the blade, not the shadow he left behind. I'm all for it. Not fathers, that he made a name for himself among the flaming... I spent more time... Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly... It's been a badger's age since I've twinkled my toes. A drunk ogre could put on a better show. It's for the best. I take a tumble and splat. There goes my good eye. My father once said, one does not pursue it, so it was for me. After my exile, I was hunting near the... I found him in the fields, flanked by... I don't remember much of the battle. But I remember drying the boy's tears after. No. But he named... But what of the others? The children of... In the boy's tears, I find the frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded. I shouldn't be surprised. You are a great... The helpless, though. They need the light of others. They're the ones who seek out the blade.
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. She told me she was watching over me. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it. Very curious. In all my reading, another unique quality of our predicament, perhaps. Are you inclined to take these visitors at their word? Nothing wrong with maintaining a health. Still, it might be wiser to keep an open mind on the matter. Our visitors' promises of aid might yet bear valuable fruit. Nothing a bit of magic can't. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but the specifics are rather personal. But suffice it to say that it isn't. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. Oh, staffs, tomes. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact. Since before. And by that, I mean it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture. We've already done. You know for yourself how hard. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. I know that what I ask may seem unreasonable, but I promise, please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
Nie chcę. Mogę nie zaczynać z nim dialogu.
You become one with Gale's mind. It's inside of you. You could try to push further, but your hold over Gale feels brittle. It won't be easy delving deeper without...
So, do you agree? I don't know how else I can explain the imperative nature of this issue. You can't simply dismiss it. I will consume the magic inside, but it will save my life, even if only temporarily.
W sumie coś ci mogę dać, stary, nie?
Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters. Oh, it's not so bad once you get used to it. And, on the plus, sincerely though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, my lord, I bow.
Dobra, możemy tak to uznać.
So, Gale just consumes magical... Nevertheless, as quirks go, that's a new one for me. Very serious of you. But go ahead. Even if I could remember, I'm not sure I'd tell you. I don't want your ego to get overinflated.
Dobra, dałem mu jakiś gówno item.
Ah, my good fat. Quite the cozy setup you have here. Why, I'm practical. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. As a matter of fact, I do. But why do you? That can't be. Oh, tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter? Illithids, their technical name, form a hive mind. One shouldn't be able... Are you familiar with the process of theromorphosis? That is what happens when a mind flare parasite infects a living host. If what you say were true... You? Infected by a mind flare, isn't it? Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible. If I just peer in your eye...
So?
Oh, dear sweet gods! I mean, I'll need to research the particulars, however.
Czy ten w teorii coś ogarnia? Tak. Teoretycznie.
There's something I've been wanting to share with you, if now's a good time. It's difficult to put into words. Use the tadpole, the connection. Come into my mind. I'm sure. I trust you. I don't remember how it started.
Okej. Dlatego boi się wilków.
She asked my name. Can't remember what I said. Can't remember anything before those words. All I know is she saved my life and gave me a new home with Lady Shah. It hurts.
Kurwa. Czemu cię boli?
That's all I remember.
You remember that it is common amongst Seluna's followers to send their children into the woods alone, a rite of passage to find their way home. Perhaps this one has gone awry.
You're reading too much into things. Just because Selunites claim something doesn't mean they own it. Normally I'd agree. But with you, it's getting easier by the moment. Pain is the gauntlet that all who love Lady Shah must. To try and salve myself would do nothing but shame me in the Night Singer's eyes.
Dobra.
Perhaps you're right. And perhaps one day I won't have to suffer. But I don't think that day has arrived yet. Lady Shah will ease... Very serious of you. But go ahead.
No dobra. Nie.
Hellfire. She's coming.
Kim ty kurwa jesteś?
You've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
Will, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
No właśnie, czego ty kurwa chcesz?
Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
Co to kurwa jest?
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget,
our pact still stands.
Ta-ta.
Stary, o co tu chodzi? Oświeć mnie do kurwy nędzy.
God's damn her straight. Just look at me. I did what was right. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, not Zariel's victim.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
I deserve that. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that. Well met. Anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck. Not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see? It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe. And one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
Kurwa, nie podobało mi się to.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Czego chcesz?
Oh yes. Thanks for the reminder.
Will, but
Coś będę może w stanie zrobić.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Niech to szlak.
Blade of Frontiers. Devil's plaything just doesn't have the same ring. Speaking of...
Kurwa, no ma... No z jego jebana mać.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. Kill me? I wouldn't recommend it. I die, and Will turns to a lemure and gets sucked right down to the hells. Which reminds me...
Will burns in the fires of a
What the hell?
Promise. Get used to now. Karlak, I'll be keeping... Oh, and Will.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
Dobra, czy jakieś zagrożę? Nie jestem w stanie jej zabić. Lepiej będzie, jak nie oddamy ci Karla.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Oil birds in the fun.
What the?
I promise.
I'll be
I'll be honest, soldier. Been a long time since some... You can say that again. When he was chasing me through a...
God's damn her. Just look at me. I'd be hunting devils and demons, not Zarya.
Warlock pets tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
I deserve that. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure arm. Before I was infected, but I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I spark, it's not unrelated. I wish I could tell you more. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact, but I'll say this. The moment it was worth the sacrifice. All...
Dobra, no jesteś z tego zajebiście zadowolony. Nie byłem w stanie cię uratować, ale ja bym bardzo chciał.
The blade of frontiers in the guise of a devil. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron. If you must know, Vlaakith requires everything of her children. Think of how many... I know only blood red and death black. I am what I must be. Say what I must be. To survive every beast...
Dobra, jebać. Twój komentarz jest dosyć zrzędny.
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horn.
Dobra, wypierdalaj. Jak tylko tyle miałeś do powiedzenia.
I hope Mizora flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Will. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little... dashing.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Minthara, adept, house pain murdered, infidel, traitor. Raiding, hunting. The Absolute's will. God. Everything. The future. Under dark, Menzo Barons on.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
True souls are infected like us. Why do they think they're talking to a god?
No interest in chatting to the Absolute myself. I've got enough going on up here.
Wczajcie to! Będę mógł wypytać absolutnie wszystko. Ej, bardzo naturalne przejście.
Work.
O kurwa.
Maybe not the best time. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Can't give up. Not now.
victor's path. Let my enemies fall.
Okej, aim shot też działa.
My turn. Cry about it.
Hells! The Absolute's forces have taken father to Moonrise Towers.
Broken. Need to find another way. Sharp as ever. Never a dull moment. That might be worth a look.
We've had some close calls already. There could be even tougher days ahead.
Cheer up.
Who there, wanderer? Stay thy... May I inquire if, perchance, you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale? Should it be the nature of our acquaintance that interests you? Should it be the nature of your present interlocutor that you desire to drag from the dark and unknown? I shall be... Now, if this answer satisfies you, let us linger no longer in this limbo of indecision, but settle on your knowledge. Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp? And I would confirm it to be so. Please. My thanks for your excellent guidance. Ah, and yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught but what the sky and touched my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it. Alas, such luxuries require the beneficence of time. Oh, fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words.
Elminster.
Right. Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing... I'm here on behalf of Mystra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
The long-awaited question. Now, if you please...
You know where you went wrong, Gale. And I trust...
I can't say that so far I've volunteered...
Do you mean to say you've never bothered to disclose?
Not in so many words.
Then you two have much to do. In short, Gale, through his own doing, has become a living. For his folly, Mystra forsook him. But
Mystra would consider...
She would consider... Mystra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils. The very purpose of my presence, you must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undone. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can. I doubt not your conviction.
The all.
Precisely. That which renders him so dangerous is an orb of Netherese origin that is buried. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able...
Interesting. This could be help or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
Glad it's not just me.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mistra's will. With that, I've said my sorry piece.
Meine Hastra Mistraril Italion Thras Annas.
It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
No.
Nor would I expect you to. It's too bleak a task to demand of anyone.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
Gale, te pytania, co odpierdalasz?
With Elminster is never less than mem. Suppose it's time we dealt with the Hollyphant in the room. You have questions for me? Ah. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. And from an early age could not only control the... Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of... She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time she became my muse. Oh yes. We enjoyed each other's company. But you see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, Mistra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross, yet I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition. Inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess. Yet I wasn't satisfied. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it? Very well. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord... I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp... He almost managed, but not quite. His entire empire, Netherrealm. The magic that was unleashed that day was... Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. Fractured, she restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost... The answer was to try. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mistra to take... I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my... Here. Place your hand over...
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes. Staring down the corridors of it. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling map. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And God says it.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. This Netherese blight, this orb... For lack of a better, as long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however. Rather worse.
I will erupt.
I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. Fortunately, this need no longer be a concern. Not until I...
Copper for your thoughts? We were both part of Zariel's inner... In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of...
Dobra.
Sir Gale's been walking around this whole time with some sort of magic bomb in his chest. I'm not normally one to begrudge someone their secrets, but that's something I should know.
Fine. What's on your mind?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have raised that whole place. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
The crash must be nested in that temple.
I tak, po kolei, po kolei, po kolei. Laser. Nie o to mi chodziło. Zawsze pokazuj, no. O, dobrze. Tak. Teraz jest idol. Dobrze. Czemu nic nie można jej założyć? Sprayebać, ale kurwa, bez przesady. No, minimalnie zjebałem. Siemano, siemano kolano.
So I may even avail myself of his time. The party's full. You'll need to make room.
Karla.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Aha.
I'm ready.
Blackets will be done.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Wait. These markings. Tirsu's script scratched in the ground. We must go there at once. Very well, but if we stray too far, that our chance is lost.
Watch yourself. I spy a trap.
I've spotted a trap. Move with purpose.
That was tough. This can't have been used in a while.
I was hoping you'd come to chat. What do you need?
Mysteries of the Ministry. The secret of the crags.
What was that? I really can't abide mumbling, Will.
I'm trying to decide on a title for this chapter of the Blade's adventures.
Haven't you ever heard, "Don't catch your chickens before they hatch"? Or perhaps, "Don't count your adventurers before they survive an arduous, danger-filled journey"?
Dobra, czyli troszkę ominąłem tą windą.
That's enough. On your feet.
Where are you taking us?
If this is about that weapon your friend was talking about, we don't have it and we don't know shit about it.
Silence! Move!
No. No, I'm not going in there. I won't.
Anyone want to join her? As I thought. Through the doors. Now! The captain is expecting you.
Forward, carefully. These cultists have the crash on high alert.
Within the artifact, a feeling stirs. Uncertainty.
Your curiosity is getting the better of you. Do not let it. Stay away from the Githyanki. They're hunting you. They want the artifact. They'll stop at nothing to take it from you.
You must have quite...
someone crying?
Lathander, trampler of the undead.
You must have questions.
So, that's what people mean when they talk about butterflies in their stomach. Did you want something? Very serious of you. But go ahead.
Ty, ja nie miałem czaru na otwarcie zamków.
that's what people mean when they talk about butterflies in their stomach.
Might will prevail.
Well, so much for peace.
Again.
Time to strike. It's as if. Got to focus.
Time to push my luck again. Blood follows me.
Try something else. What's that? That's curious.
Dawnmaster Welkin Glory.
Oh, the weapon stopped glowing. How odd.
The monastery's notable keepers adorn these intricate panels. Lathendarian monasteries of this size were usually overseen by Dawnmasters, esteemed members of the clergy. The reconsecration of the monastery, conducted by Dawnmaster C, evensong before the Zenith Day, celebrated by Dawnmaster Stockhold. Dawnmaster Vasaid wielding the rest of the inscription. Dawnmaster Welkin Glory beckons for Dawnmaster Stockhold.
What's that?
The Guardian of Faith spell, and a remarkably long-lasting one at that. Let's have a look at myself. Not bad. I've had better days, and worse ones. Not bad. I've had better days, and worse ones.
off to fire the lance.
Looks like a magic mouth spell. That voice probably belongs to someone long gone.
That might be worth a look.
The blood of Lathander, spilled in holy battle with Samaster, immortalized here for all to worship.
That's not a... So they kept the blood of Lathander here. No wonder it was looted.
Lathander, forgive me. We have to fire the lance.
Nie ma problemu. O kurwa, dobrze.
My life is infinitely better here, watching this back door.
All right, time to skulk about.
What's next? Mustn't let anyone see.
Will they not heed? They're just still. That will. Do you remember that story?
Unnoticed. Good.
What to do?
No. It was some.
This calls for careful footwork. Where am I needed? They won't see me coming.
That's right. You're next on the list.
Action
That's
meets
why you're
reaction.
here, guarding nothing.
Undetected.
Taking my time
I
in the
don't know.
shadows.
It's rather dark down here, Rustil.
Maybe I should stay crouched forever.
zajebiście. Koniec na dziś, słuchajcie. Jeszcze może pyknąłbym mecz FIFA? Tak po prostu. Coś warty, czy nie? Zacznę FIFA w sumie.